The American Taliban is the Republican Party. Repression of women, denying them their fucking bodily autonomy. They are the ones who are unironically advancing the concept that is infinitely closer to jihad or Sharia in the United States of America. We're going to start with the Zohran Mamdani stuff. Zohran Mamdani, a betrayer of the revolutionary cause, or a person who has been able to rizz up Donald Trump? These are the questions that are swirling around in the minds of many on Twitter. Of course, the Marxist-Leninists that say that everyone that could be considered a social democrat is a social fascist, including Zohran Mamdani, a fascist collaborator. And then also on the other side, there are a lot of people who are like, Zohran is the bringer of revolution. He did it. He rizzed up Donald Trump and single-handedly is making America socialist. I am somewhere in the middle here, a little bit of a centrist, a little column A, little column B. Definitely don't think that Zohran is bringing about a socialist revolution in the country by rizzing people up one fascist at a time. I don't think that that's what's going on, but I also don't think that he is as big as a social democratic betrayer of the revolution as the way some people presented it. I think he's the mayor of New York, or the next mayor of New York. He's not even the mayor of New York yet. There is a lot going on in the world. Okay, there's a lot going on in the world, but let's take a look. Okay, well, I'm back in America and my fucking Twitter is busted already. Nice. In China, through the VPNs, this shit was working better. What the hell's going on?
Which ones?
There's no confiscation.
Hey, then you would know that he said that
he said means of property.
Can I just say,
luxury condos should be taken if they're not in use?
This is a perfect example. The MAGA media ecosystem has made Zohran seem like this extreme jihadist. And listen, some of his ideas
the
are
legislation he supports in the council will force property owners before they can sell it on the public market to sell it.
Why didn't Trump confront him about that? Why didn't Trump confront him about it? Why was Trump?
He said it was his honor.
Maybe he did.
But
you know what Trump said? Trump said that we both agree on increasing the supply of housing, and that's going to.
I'll tell you why it hasn't taken the socialism issue off the ballot, because Zohran Mamdani's own party is facing a challenge. Because not just is Hakeem Jeffries facing a challenge from a socialist, but you have Jerry Nadler retiring and socialists running for that seat. You have Dan Goldman facing a socialist challenger. You have Grace Meng facing a socialist challenger. All these members of the House, there's probably 4 or 5 of them, are facing socialist challenges.
Although, I guess we should know that Mamdani has explicitly come out against a challenger.
And this is why I give him credit.
Jeffries.
This is why I give him credit, because he has the most to lose. He spent last night basically telling his own DSA members not to support a socialist against an establishment Democrat.
Yeah.
Now today he's out there, chumming around with Donald Trump. He has a lot to lose on this, and I give him credit for doing the right thing.
Let me ask you real quick on Lee Stefanik. She had a response to all of this. She says, we all want New York City to succeed, but we'll have to agree to disagree on this one. If he walks like a jihadist, if he talks like a jihadist, if he campaigns like a jihadist, if he supports jihadists, he's a jihadist. And he is Kathy Hochul's jihadist. If you're Lee Stefanik tonight, how do you feel? Because I'm not sure that works
I don't think,
anymore.
no matter what, she ain't going to take her foot off the gas. I mean, she's going to go after him. She uses the term jihadist, but if you hang out with Hasan Piker, if you hang out with people that deny 9/11.
Yeah, famously, I am also a jihadist. Thank you, bald Staten Island Republican dipshit. Yeah. Brother, between you and I, who do you think closely resembles the unironic socially regressive policies of what you consider to be jihad? Because if we're going to think about like what Americans think jihad actually means, who do you think between me and the average Republican is closer to what these guys think is like jihad, Sharia law, Taliban rule, It's a fucking Republican. The American Taliban is the Republican Party, okay? Repression of women, denying them their fucking bodily autonomy, like every single thing that these dipshits advocate for on the social front, while they simultaneously claim it is people like myself or Ilhan Omar, even Zohran Mamdani, that are, doing Sharia law, doing jihad. They are the ones who are unironically advancing the concept that is infinitely closer to jihad or Sharia in the United States of America. Okay? Like what they suspect is what jihad is. What they suspect is Sharia. It's very fucking stupid. Yeah, Councilwoman Inna Vernikov. It's a good day for the American people when two leaders of such diametrically opposing views can come together for the betterment of our city and find common ground. But we should never kosher a Marxist with jihadist aligned views. Did we forget that Zohran Mamdani wants to cease the means of production? Cease? Zohran Mamdani wants to cease the means of production, not seize the means of production, okay? But wants to halt them entirely. Socialism is no production. Fucking awesome. I swear to God, the average IQ of an American politician is less than 0, okay? They found, like, in order to be a politician, you could be like here's an example of this. You could be like you could go to Oxford. You could be a Rhodes Scholar. But in order to get up there on that stage, in order to become a successful politician in America, you have to literally fucking slam your head with a frying pan over and over again until your brain is leaking out of your ears. Okay? And the greatest example of this, of course, is the what's his face? Kennedy from Louisiana. A Rhodes Scholar who fucking runs around like Foghorn Leghorn or whatever that fucking thing is. Oh my God. Tonight on the third night of Hanukkah, I'm at the... It's always the same shit. She's the one who invited Netanyahu to attend Zohran's inauguration. It's always this. It's always this. It's 100% of the time. There's a 100% success rating on this shit. Unimaginably racist, Islamophobic stuff that you hear, and the moment you look at their profile, you're like, oh, I get it. I see what happened here. Baby, wake up. It's time for Israel's feelings again. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Did we forget that he refused to condemn globalized intifada, refused to condemn Hamas, campaigned with Hasan Piker who said America deserved 9/11 and pressed around with jihadists? Just yesterday, Mamdani blamed a house of worship for the protests which called for violence against Jews inside the temple. Mamdani should have been given a spanking at the White House. Disappointed that instead he was legitimized. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I can't believe that Zohran Mamdani campaigned with someone who denies 9/11 happened, which is what this guy is saying. At least he's unique. Did I say 9/11 did happen and America deserved it? Or did I say 9/11 didn't happen?
She ain't going to take her foot off the gas. I mean, she's going to go after him. You know, she uses the term jihadist, but if you hang out with Hasan Piker, if you hang out with people that deny 9/11 was the responsibility of Islamic terrorism, you hang out with people like that, you're going to get that criticism. That's going to be her issue. That's what she's going to push in the campaign. I don't think she's going to take her foot off the gas one bit.
Errol, you know, why do you think Mamdani made this pivot? In a way, I mean, it is somewhat, it's smart because he neutralized Trump in especially in the first maybe 6 months of his term on some very key issues, law and order, maybe even ICE, funding for the city of New York. Why do you think he ended up here?
Well, look, Mamdani wants to succeed. He wants to be a successful mayor before he wants to do anything else. This caricature that people have painted of him as if he's some ideologue who's all he's ever wanted to do.
Listen to the whole sentence. He never said you deny 9/11 happened. No, he said jihad means struggle. You're upholding a racist trope. No, dumbass. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. I said their conception of jihad, which is a false conception of jihad, or their conception of Sharia. Okay? Who do you think is closer to their understanding of jihad and Sharia? Listen to my words. I'm not saying this is the appropriate. I'm not saying that this is the appropriate understanding of what jihad means. Now you are, yes. No, you fucking moron. I said it in the beginning. It's not my fault that you are incapable of hearing what I'm talking about. Before you didn't? Yes, I did. You're actually wrong. And not only are you wrong, you're being annoying. You're wrong and annoying. It's the worst combination. I did. Stop trying to fucking woke scold. It's your fault that you didn't hear what I was saying. It's not my fault that you didn't hear the full statement. Yeah, if you subscribe, you can actually use the rewind function and go back and listen, okay? The Piker Broadcasting Service is sponsored by you, the viewers, for you, the viewers. If you subscribe, you can actually use their rewind function on your desktop, as a matter of fact, for $8 a month or for free. Or is it $7 a month? Or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. The Piker Broadcasting Service is sponsored by you, the viewers, for you, the viewers.
Do is implement this ideology. He's been in office for 5 years. That is not at all what has happened. We've seen what socialist incumbents have done. If you look at Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, they have not ended the social order. They have not overturned capitalism. Bernie Sanders has been in office for how long? He's given the same speech for a generation.
I'm going to...
They're a minority within the
Hasan, show me your legs, daddy. Hasan, I'm going to fucking rape you. Bit. We got some fucking lunatics in here.
Democratic conferences. They're still a minority. Zohran didn't pass any legislation. Doesn't mean he didn't propose and push socialist principle
attempts
legislation.
to terrify the public over people because they have the socialist word somewhere in their ideology, somewhere on their website. It just doesn't work. We just put it to a vote in the biggest city. We had record turnout. Yep. We put it to a vote.
And that's the problem.
It didn't work.
It was put to a vote in the biggest city, but I bet you Abigail Spanberger couldn't run as a socialist. I bet you Mikey Sherrill couldn't run. Mikey Sherrill couldn't run as a socialist.
So the Democratic Party is fully beholden to socialism.
No. I'm saying the Democratic Party doesn't know who it is, as evidenced by the point that I just pointed out. There's 6 members of New York being primaried by socialists.
You think the Republican Party knows what they are right now?
There's a lot of momentum in New York.
Today is an illustration. Today is an illustration.
I don't know why they stream out of the Food Network kitchen. I always find that strange. But anyway, I miss China. Can you go back like now after reading and hearing that? I think it's a sign for you to go back. I mean, no, I do miss this. I do miss this struggle. Okay.